Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Kristen Tammy here, coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. It's a real pleasure to share. Today is a great day to learn. And today we really want to focus on the wonderful tools that GotBackup has to offer. First of all, I'd like to begin with Lee and Mara. We're here bright and early. Thank you for joining in. Really appreciate you. And by the way, if you see my head turning left, right, because I got a couple screens and it's displayed in all different screens. And so please bear with me. So welcome, Lee and Mara. Great to see you here. Let's see here. We have Bakshi from Bangladesh. Welcome. We have Céline from Ghana. Welcome. Bonjour, Marie-Paul de Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. We have Vicky here. Welcome, Vicky from Maine. Wonderful to see you here. We have Urban Soder. Great to see you from Sweden. Awesome. Let's see here. We have MC from Texas. We have Esperanza from Panama. It's great to see you. We see you every weekend. Great to see you regularly. Awesome. We have here Dolores. Great to see you here. Welcome from North Carolina. We have James. Let's see. We have Bruce from Yulee, Florida. That's one of our favorite states. That's where we stay 5 months out of the year. We have Michael here. Welcome. We have Jim from New Brunswick, Canada. We have Barbara Ann. Welcome, Barbara Ann. Let's see here. Michael from Ghana. Great to see you here. Let's see. We have Inyo Nam from Ghana. Welcome. And we have Bernard. So, folks, today we really want to focus on the tools that are available to us with GotBackup. And this is what Tammy and I share in every single presentations we do. Is it's unbelievable how generous the company is with their tools, where for the $997, not only we have a wonderful storage of 7 terabytes with 2 apps to be able to install from our computers to the cloud and from our cell phone to the cloud, but we have all the marketing tools, the email marketing to interact with our leads. And this is exactly what we want to talk about here today. Anything, Tammy, you want to add?
I just want to congratulate all of you for showing up all the time. This is phenomenal. Learning is a great thing. And the more skilled you are, the easier things are to build your business. And today's subject is really important. Like we're always saying in our presentation, a lot of people don't even realize what they have in their hands with the back office and all the tools and everything that's available for you to learn and grow. And there's videos that you can click on to learn how to do the lead capture system. I know that's what I did when we first started. And I even go in and check from time to time because there's always new things that are going on. So it's important to be plugged into your business and to be in there on a daily basis. You need to see your volumes. You need to know where you're going. You need to know who you need to help get to that next level. And so today's session is really exciting. It's about the links, and it's about leveraging the links and using the lead capture system. And I'm not sure exactly everything that we're going to go through today in that 1 hour, but we try to jam pack it with enough information for you to grow. And keep in mind that this is recorded, so don't get overwhelmed, because if you're new, it might be a lot. But if you're somewhat experienced in it all, it's, you're going to learn something today. If you know everything that we know, it's just a refresher, which is really, really great. So yeah, let's get started, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're just reminding me, Tammy, I like to do this every time so people are plugged into the channel. So I'm going to put here in the comment section here, the channel where Global Virtual Opportunity, which is the parent company of GotBackup. And you can see here that everything is stored here. Playlist, this is all past recordings of events. Okay, so this particular training call will be hosted right over. It'll be actually over here. Okay, and you can also find it on the live, as you can see right now. Let's see here. Let's go home. Yeah, see this currently. This is the one we're doing now. So every single presentations that are hosted through the GotBackup channel is always recorded. So let's go ahead and sign in, I should say. And if you have any questions or comment, Tammy and I will pay attention. When I speak and I share, I tend not to look at the comments, so the two of us can really support each other that way. So what I did is I just logged in into my account. Now, depending on what I'm going to do, I may go into my account, or I may have to log out of my account and go into a demo account. The reason why I'm logging into my account in this case is because I need you to see how we're organized with our campaign, our lists that are connected to the funnels, which we'll get into in a minute. Okay. Remember that your support is over here. And I want to remind you, we've done past recordings on this. I'm not going to go through this today, but if you request support, you have to come back here and see the responses from that report, that site that is available to you to follow up on the response from the GotBackup team. Okay, this here is your status, where you are. That's where it shows, and these are the details with your personal information and details. Okay, now what we're going to be focusing on today is two things. Really, the reseller tools and the lead capture system. This is your entry point for all your prospects, and we want to show you what we have available and how can we work around that. Okay, how can we work with these wonderful tools? So what I'm going to do, and remind you again, some of you, by the way, that are brand new here, we want to welcome you to GotBackup. We're delighted to see you here. And it's also important to remind yourself to install the software. The thing is, if people install the software and starts backing up their precious data into the cloud, and it can confirm that it's on the cloud, folks, this is how you secure your residual. If you're in business and you want to earn good income for the long term, you want to make sure that your new members have installed the software. I recommend both of them, the computer and the cell phone. If you don't have a computer, that's totally cool. Cell phones are awesome. Okay, you can put everything in there. They're very powerful devices today. So let's go.
I just wanted to add one thing to that, and you can check now. This is a new feature where if you go into my business, and you go into my direct affiliates, you're going to see all of the people that you've signed up to now, and you can see whether they've backed up their phones, whether they backed up their computers, how much they're backing up, just so you can get back to them and help them get their devices set up. Because at the end of the day, in network marketing, if you're not using your product, you're really not in business. You're not passionate about it. And I get excited because every time I open my phone, everything is there. When I go to my GotBackup app, everything is there for me to have access to 24/7, no matter where I am around the world. How simple is that? You know, so if you can show people that, then they want to have a look at it. And that's when you start sending them the links. Whether you do this through belly to belly, whether you do this through Zoom sessions, just reconnecting with people that might be more distant, so you catch up with them on Zoom or Messenger, whatever. And also on online marketing when you're doing online business. So yeah, so there's so many options, and at the end of the day, we got to make decisions whether we want to run with this and move forward, because if we're not sharing these links, we're not in business, right? So you got to understand what these links are for, and I highly recommend to everybody that I talk to, you need to listen to these videos. You need to go to your own links and listen to them, because you're going to come across people and you're going to know exactly which one to send to them based on, their interests, right? So let's get started, Chris. And
just want to do from left to right here. We're not going to go through this here, folks, because it's very time consuming. But the advertising ad copies, the pre-enrollee ad copies, banners, social media banners, just familiarize yourself with this. Today, we really want to focus on the GotBackup funnel. And just to give you a perspective, folks, there are companies out there that produces funnels, and they're awesome. But I'm telling you, folks, it's going to cost you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that if you can afford it. But the point here is GotBackup, everything is contained with your enrollment. This is what makes this so powerful. And this is a major selling point. And often people don't realize all of this. They think they only have the cloud service and that's it. There's so much more. We're completely equipped to market all of this. So what we're going to do here, Tammy, is why don't we just explain the best use for each of those funnels. I'm just going to go quickly here. These are all the different funnels that are available to you right now. So our goal here is to explain to you what these funnels are for, what are the best practices to use these funnels, and these funnels are each connected to a different email campaign lists, okay? And we'll show you how this all works. And if you don't remember, just come back to this recording, pause it, even take note of it manually so you know which funnel is connected to which email campaign. Because once you are clear on that, whenever a lead pops in, you know how to connect with that lead and follow up with that lead, okay? So Tammy, you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the first one on the left, that was the original marketing link for people to have a look at. And you got a little bit of everything in there. So I highly recommend to look at this one. I prefer the newer funnels, but have a look at it. You might really like this one, and that's the one is your favorite, and you want to start sending it to people. So that's an option right there. If they're interested and want to go further and get more information, they actually go into your pre-enrolled lead capture system, which Chris is going to show you after. Okay. And they just put their name and their email. Now they're part of your database. So you need to build relationships with all of these people that click on your links and send emails regularly, especially invitations, right? On Wednesday night, Chris and I do presentations every Friday on our YouTube channel, but there's a link that's available that if you send a prospect to our presentation on Friday at 11 a.m., then they're attached to you, okay? The system recognizes that's your prospect. If they sign up, it's your lead.
Tammy, I want to add something to this here because some folks are probably saying, how come I have 2 links? That's because I purchased a package we GotBackup that gives me access to assign a domain. You don't need to have that domain. In fact, I don't necessarily recommend it if you don't understand this at the moment. Just use the link that's here. But I want you to keep in mind, this is not what you see here with the Yoda. That's my link. So do not use that link. It's just we're showing you so you can see how it looks on our back office. I don't have any control to change that. So this here will be your ID, okay? So that's why whenever you send someone that link, that someone will be recognized by the system because of this ID. So the system knows that it's your lead that will end up into your team, okay? And these, again, when you click on that, it will just copy the link right in memory where you can cut and paste it into an email, into your cell phones. Well, I know with Apple, you can cut and paste something on my computer. I can paste it into my cell phone, whatever. I'm not sure if Android has the same feature. I'm sure they do because they all copy each other. But the bottom line here is that link here is the one you would use. So you would probably put that into your social media or your emails or whatever. If you bought a domain, for those of you who understand what I mean by the word domain, then you can actually assign this link into your domain, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore all of this. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, you buy your domain to GoDaddy, whatever, and you can assign this link to your domain. So for example, you can use your name. Okay, so it would be your, for example, first name, last name. That would be one word.com. So if your name is not being used, mine was being used, which is a pain in the butt, but I had to create something else. So I've used Cloud Space. Okay, so again, it's not something that's necessary at all. It's just something that you may find convenient because in your email, you may have your name as a signature. And when people click on yourname.com, then it takes them right here to the funnel. Okay, so back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. So on the second one, if anybody has any questions, please write down your questions, and we'll address them as we go ahead. But you can view your statistics, and you can add, like Chris said, your personal domain if you choose to that links to this direct funnel. Okay, so the second one on the right side, on the top right, that's to go directly to your GotBackup back office, the link, and not your back office, the link for them to go and log in and join. And what Chris and I do, if you click on that, Chris, what we do when people say, you know what, I'm ready to get started, we're going to send them this. And what we do is we click on the get started today, and we give them the link that's associated with what they see here. So it takes them right there to sign up. Because if you take them to the main page, they may get distracted a little bit. But here it's like, bang, they just sign up. And we let them know you decide you want to pay yearly or monthly. We tell them the benefits. That's if we're talking to people directly. I mean, if you're doing online marketing, obviously they're gonna see the links that you promote. All right.
Okay. So at that point, folks, and then Tammy say one thing online is more than one click, you lose 50% of your sales. That's why we're trying to avoid one click takes them on the page. Boom. And I highly, highly recommend folks to use their yearly package. Okay. The yearly package is much, much better for many reasons. One is you are set for 12 months with this person. Okay. The next auto ship, if you want to call it that, the next payment will be next year, opposed to dealing with a $997, where every single month there's a possibility that the credit card may not go through, the expiry date may change sometime during the year, or maybe the funds won't be there, whatever the situation. I know it's a small amount, but the bottom line here, folks, is as a business practice, I highly recommend this. And as an incentive where you got 2 months for free. Okay. So you will find that people tend to do what you tell them to do or what you did. People will copycat what you did. Very often people will say, well, how did you come in? How did you start? So I really recommend a year package. Now, the $997 is attractive because it's such a small amount, but honestly, $100 a year to be in business, it's a drop in a bucket. It's nothing. I know that maybe for some of you, it's a lot of money, and I can appreciate that. But most companies, like the nature of our company, Network Marketing, it's usually a month, and it's actually more than $100. It's more like double that every single month. And that's very normal, by the way. So $100 a year, folks, it's a joke, really, considering and that's including everything we're going to talk to you about today. We're not going to talk about anything that are surplus. Do you understand? So that's included. Okay, back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and the words most people is something that you want to use often, because most people are actually signing up with the 12 months because they save a couple months of payments. And in today's world, the value is what people are looking for is value, right? So it actually goes down to what, $8 something if they pay yearly. So people like to save that money.
Yeah. And the logic behind these two is this is someone who has no idea what's going on. That's why having this into your email signatures, having this in your social media. And again, I wouldn't recommend this one. There's better funnels, but the purpose of I want you to understand the difference between this funnel and this funnel. The purpose of this funnel is someone who has no idea and they're just curious, and then they put their name. And we'll get into, I know there's a question, how do we use the lead capture system? Renald. That's the next part that we're going to talk about. When I mentioned there's 2 links we're going to talk about. The second link is a lead capture system. That's what we're going to talk about. Right now, we're just into the funnel aspect of things, okay? That is curiosity. This is I'm in. Give them the link, start, and then get them started. You can continue, Tammy.
Yeah. So the one on the left, that is your link for the webinars. Okay. Anything that's company driven, which is Wednesday night and Saturday morning. And I know that there are other ones that are going on in different markets that are also, I believe the Spanish is Tuesday night, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
It will show you where it all is, where you can check and see where the webinars are. And I know that Dr. KOA and the group, they also do one as well. So we're gonna go through that after to show you where do you know when the webinars are happening. We'll show that to you. And Bruce, the Friday link that Joel gave us for your prospects, we'll give you that link as well. So we're paying attention to the comments here. Okay, so going down, Chris. So that's anytime you're going to invite somebody to a webinar, you send them your link. Okay. And then the one on the right side, this is just, you can see email solo ads. Okay. It's just, what do you call it? Context. It's not, no videos there. It's just a simple curiosity for people.
And just to add to this, Tammy, the logical reason for this one, why these ones have the videos and everything else, this one doesn't, is because when you do a solo ad through Facebook ad or Google ad or YouTube ad, whatever it is that you may be doing or you may choose to do, you usually have a clip that people have seen is the reason why they came to you, that got you to this page here. So you don't want them to watch another video. That's what I mean by giving too many clicks, too many options, too many choices. Confused minds stand still and they move on. Okay. So the moment they click on that, it requests their name and their email. Okay. And then it goes into the pre-enrollee campaign. We'll explain to you. So this one over here and this one over here, if someone put their name and their email, they both go into the pre-enrollee email campaign, and we'll come back to that on the second portion when we go into the lead capture system. This one here is to enroll them, and once they enrolled, they fall into what do you call them there, Tammy? Not the pre-enrollee, the other one, when the resellers.
The resellers.
There's a campaign called reseller. Okay, that one are people that signed up, and we'll give you some best practices so your system is automated. So if someone signs up, your system responds immediately. If they sign up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, because remember, we are doing business all over the world. So around the clock, something could happen in your business if you promote it. And what happens here is an email's triggered, welcoming them and giving them some steps right away so they don't have to wait till you wake up to respond. Okay. So back to this.
Training on that one day is how to create your system for the people that are part of your teams.
Correct. So in this case here, and Tammy, I know there's a feedback here. There's a comment from Valdo. So you want to check this out.
Yeah.
So this one over here is for an ad campaign. And just so the one right underneath it, I'll just cover it right away. It's also the same thing. Okay. So this is, again, they all go into the pre-enrollee campaign. Same as this one. It goes into the pre-enrollee campaign, and we'll walk you through that in a minute. And for this one I like because it looks very, you see the phone over here. It looks very professional. It's very cool. Look, if I click on that just for us to look at it, right? It goes like that. It's really professional.
We use those for trade shows, remember?
Yes, we use that for trade shows, and we pass ballots, and you can use this link and create a QR code with this, and they just, scan it with their cell phones. It takes them right there, puts their name and their email, boom, they're into your list. It's awesome for trade shows. So I really like this one. Okay. The one above too, but I just prefer this one. I find
that's more clear.
It's more attractive. Yeah, more clear. Exactly. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. And the one on the left is the warm market only. You can see, I haven't looked at that one in a while. I don't know if it's been upgraded or anything, but that's older, I think, Chris.
Yeah, that's a bit of an older version. So again, it's there. And again, I recommend that you familiarize yourself. I haven't looked at it actually in about 2 years, so I don't know because I don't use those ones. But again, remember, your ID is over here, and it's a pre-recorded session that was done for a warm market. You don't give that to someone who's trying to understand what this is all about.
No, because it's longer too. I remember. Yeah, it's basically giving them more information to validate the opportunity and and the product itself. So yeah.
Okay, and just to answer the question here, because we were
Yes.
talking before we go too far. Those that choose the yearly payment, is it on a yearly auto ship that not need new destination on 1 year to? Yeah, that is correct. That
Correct.
is correct, Vlado. It's kind of like an automatic process. Okay, so it's like an auto ship, but it's once a year. Yes, that's the best practice if you want to have a long term business that will last.
And if
That's
I could just say something here, because if something happens where their payment doesn't go through, you're going to get an email, so you can contact them. Maybe their card, the expiry date has changed. Maybe they've got a new card. Like, you got to stay in touch with the people in your business so you know where they're at, and help them get their membership set up. Because if you're not on target with your business, you're going to lose a lot of people. It's
mhm.
like leading by example, right? It's to help people understand everything, make sure they know where their billing information is, make sure they keep a note to remind themselves maybe a month prior that their payment is going to come out next month at a certain date. And yeah, people need to know this stuff, because some people sign up and they've never been into their back office. They don't know anything, and then they're shocked when they get this payments off their credit card, and they have no idea, and they're shocked, and they contact you and they say, how come they're taking this money, right? So you have to be very close with the people that you're bringing in and guiding them along the process.
And again, folks, and I also want to be sensitive to the affiliate folks out there that are just selling the program, because let's face it, $50 a pop. Some folks in GotBackup have signed up like over 3,000 people, and I'm not kidding. They're professional. They sell packages, and $50 a pop. Multiply that by 1,000. You understand how much money that is. So in this case, very often, people like that sign up don't really know what's going on other than whatever they read in email. There's no necessarily support. And that's totally cool. That's the reason why Tammy and I are here. That's why we do these trainings on Saturday, to pick up everybody that might kind of come in and not knowing what's going on. If you go back into this channel over here, and you go back to the past training calls that we've done, right? If you go to playlists again, and I like to come back to this because I want to iterate the fact that these trainings and events, there are 2 years of data here. Just look at the title and see whatever subject will satisfy what you need to help you understand what you need to understand. And if your system is dependent on, so let me rephrase that. If your team is dependent on the system, I kind of reverse that for a second. Okay, you will find that your business will grow. Where if your business is kind of dependent on you, and they have no idea what to do, where to go, there's no support, unfortunately, people will come and go. The power of what we're offering here with the Saturday trainings, for example, it's designed to create the glue that will keep people in, because not only they're on board, but they understand what they need to do. They understand the menu of what's available to them. So let's carry on, Tammy, because time's going very fast, on why would you want to use the free funnel?
Yeah. So if somebody is, they're not quite sure and they wanted to try it first, that's what these funnels are for. And so when you send that to somebody, if you purchase the done for you emails, it's phenomenal. I love it. You get all the different languages too. And I think, Chris, it's $24, and you get 7 emails done for you. You don't have to think about it. You know that they're getting one immediately, and it's telling them how to set up to get their phone set up and their computer set up. Because once they're set up, then they want to continue. So that's when they'll join.
Yeah, and folks, when you go to Marketplace, is that the one? Yeah. When you go to Marketplace, you won't see this for me because I purchased everything. But let me just open a tab here while we're talking about it, because some of you may say, well, where are those emails? This is it here, okay? Now, obviously, I have very little, because whenever I purchase something, it disappears from the menu to as availability.
You already have it. Mhm.
So you may see it and it'll be described to you. You can see here there's different languages because I didn't buy the French or the Italian or the Spanish, right? So they're kind of here. But just keep that in mind when Tammy's referencing. When people opt in over here, I just want to show you very quickly. This is the opportunity approach. This is the product approach. So if I go in and let's say open in a new tab, here we go. We'll go right here. Let me get rid of this one just to avoid the. Okay. So this one is on the opportunity. People can listen to this.
This one's
And
more animated, and the other one, yeah.
yes, this is one more animated. But
Mhm.
the thing is, when you click on here and they put their information, then what happens is when when Tammy talked about the emails that you can purchase, that's the email they're going to be receiving. And I believe, Tammy, there's 20 emails or something like that, or 15
No,
emails.
7. It's a
Seven,
7
seven.
day. It's a
That's right.
7
That's
day.
right. 7 makes sense. There's 7 emails. Okay. So they're
And
going
you
to start receiving.
personalize them. Mhm.
Correct. They're personalized to you and everything else. And we'll show you a little bit of how to personalize them because obviously they're going to come in generic, but then you may want to personalize it with your own social media and so forth. The point here is that's where they put their information and they will end up in a campaign that is designed for that funnel. Okay. This one over here, you want to carry on?
Yeah, so that's it's more of a human-like video, so you can just check them all. We don't want to spend a lot of time here. Check them all, align with the one that you're aligned with, and keep your links. That's why I have a section where all my links are available, so I can easily copy paste everything. We're very structured, Chris and I, and that's how we've been doing business for 20 some odd 27 years. And the more organized you are with your stuff, the easy it is to just copy paste, because you're going to create emails as you start showing up on these Saturday trainings. You're going to pick up this stuff so fast, and you're going to be doing this on your own easily. I mean, it's great that the company constantly sends out stuff to people, but they want to know who their sponsor is. They want to know that you're there, inviting them to certain things. I know I have my list of people that I constantly send stuff out to. All my campaigns, I send everything out to. And these are all the people that are either resellers or already in, or all the campaigns that are available.
Okay. So again, folks, as you can see, they're good videos.
Mhm.
This is for someone that's skeptical, they're not sure, and they can actually try the app that will back up their computer and the app that will back up their cell phone. And let me tell you that once it's successfully done that, it's like it's a mini version of this back office that you see here. It's a much smaller version of it, just to have access to the software, which, by the way, can be accessed right when you go in to use this tool. Okay, so they'll have the same thing with the same files to download. Okay, so this is why you would want to use this funnel, and understand that when they put in their information, they'll end up into a funnel that belongs to that campaign, or that is attached to a campaign that belongs to with this funnel over here. Okay, let's go to the last two.
So these were the two newer ones. The one on the left, you can see everything you hate about network marketing eliminated. I mean, that it attracts people, right? Because people, they tend to get frustrated in the industry, and often it's because they didn't give it time, or they didn't take the time to learn, and that's why the success is not there. And the key is to show up and have a positive mindset and start attracting people to you, and start creating curiosity and value, and use these links. That's what they're for. When we launched that, I just randomly sent out 10 on that Saturday morning, and 4 responded right away and 3 signed up. So, you have to send your links. If you're not sending your links, then you're not in business.
Yeah.
So you can create all the amazing email systems that you want in each campaign for your links, or buy them, which is what we did, because, hey, let's face it, Joel's the professional, right? And we just personalize them. And now we have access to all of our campaign emails because we've purchased every single one of them that he offered.
Now, in light of Joe's comment here that emails are $249, it's because there's many emails packages available. So that's a total for all. You don't have to buy them all, but I recommend to buy them all simply because then you're completely set up for your business. And if you didn't buy them when you start, that's totally fine. You can buy them one at a time, or you can buy them, in the marketplace that we we're telling you about earlier. Okay,
Yeah,
so
these are not monthly fees, you guys. You pay once.
that's it.
Your email system is there for you, and learn from them. That's what Chris and I did. We learned from what Joel was doing, and then we could add and some other emails to keep them engaged in the process. And this is all stuff that we learned by buying this stuff.
And understand here that when it says no credit card required, when we talk about a free account, they're not installing the software. In this case, they have a mini account with some information, useful information that Joel created to educate people on why this opportunity could be an amazing opportunity for them. The point here, folks, is I recommend that you try those. Put your name and your email, your own email, create your own username. I did that to see exactly what I'm getting. And you're going to start receiving the emails that you've purchased if you choose to. If not, then you create them. We'll come back to that in a minute, where you can find all these, where these emails are stored. Okay. But same thing here. Okay. So it's very, very straightforward. Let me get rid of that page.
I like this campaign. It creates an emotional response for them to want to put their information or get started. So try it. I highly recommend. You know what? I'm going to put a challenge out to all of you. After this session, I want you to send 10 people, a minimum of 10 people, that link. Okay. And just see what happens. All right.
And this is the last.
And what I did was, by the way, just so you know, these are people that I knew. And I just said, hey, so-and-so, check this out. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't go on writing all this stuff, and I just put the link. All right. So,
okay. So simple. This over here is a last funnel over here. This is the most recent one. And this one has a brand new video. I really like it. I really, really do. And just so you know, I did mention that, but when people enrolled here, they'll be enrolled into a campaign that belongs with this funnel. Like these two over here. If they enroll with these funnels, they'll be enrolled into a campaign that belongs with these funnels. Just like these other ones that we talked about, they all go to the same one, which is the pre-enrollee. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that. So this one has its own email campaign. This one over here will actually end up exactly the same one as this one and these ones over here. Okay. The pre-enrollee. That's the problem when you eat too close before you do it.
What I like about the newest one there is very educational. A lot of value there, and it opens your mind to what's happening in the world right now, and you don't want to miss out. So I think this is a great funnel to get people to at least be curious enough to put their name and email, and then of course you'll have your email system. If you haven't purchased any, this one, Chris, I believe this one goes to your pre-enroll.
That's what I said. Yes. This one here, when you put your name and email, they end up in a pre-enroll. So when you purchase your package and when you start, I think it says $199 to buy, I think there's something like 30 or 29 or 27 emails. I could be wrong, but it's around this number. For almost the next month. Okay. If you say no to that, then it says, oh, did you want this one, which is 10 emails, which is around $99. Okay. So folks, I'm telling you, these are investments that are well worth something. Someone has put work into all of this and Joel is behind all of that. So these are assets that we highly recommend to automate your business. The only thing is you want to have your own signature at the bottom of the email. We'll cover that in a minute. Okay. So again, what's really cool about this is you have a timer. People tend to react to timers knowing, oh, I have 17 minutes left and, oh, okay, let me check this out. So again, it's very useful. And what's nice also, it talks about who's referred. So if let's say the person obviously knows you, or not necessarily obviously, but let's say the person knows you, says, "Oh, okay, this is Chris. Oh, I got it. Okay, let me check this out. I know who he is. We spoke about this." So again, I really like this funnel. I find it looks very professional. And we're not going to go into the statistics and everything else because I think it's overwhelming for people. But generally, folks, for those of you who understand that, you have all your stats over here. You can create separate links if you're doing different ad campaigns. You want to know which ad are the most effective and which campaign has been the most effective. So you can create different links to track which things. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just dismiss all of that. Those of you who understand ad campaigns, then obviously it's over here. Okay. Now, let's go back now. Okay, so these are the funnels that are available. That's what we want to cover. Now, Tammy, we're going to shift over into the lead capture system. So now that people have put their name and their emails, they end up somewhere. That's where we're going at now. Where does it go?
Excellent. And I'm going to ask Joel because I recognize a couple things, and your questions are so helpful, you guys, because, you know, if there's things that are not available, but it's a great idea, I think we should ask Joel to create some things like it would be great to have a video on top on that part of the use this tool, because it you know, people who are not getting on Saturday calls, they just have to click on to know what each campaign is and what, each funnel is and what campaign that it's attached to. It's a helpful thing. So thanks, Joe, for asking that question. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So let's go from there. You can see here what this list, you have to select message and follow up. This occurs after you click on the lead capture system. From that point on, all the campaigns for your different funnels are here. Some of them are quite descriptive. The autopilot, right? So this one over here is the one that we looked at that was on the bottom left. I don't know if I can, maybe I can.
Yeah, it's the one on the
one
very
that's on the left
bottom.
of that, not this one, but the one on the left of that
it's
we
on
just
the
shared
left
with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why there's nothing there is because these are different languages. Okay. So that's probably Russian, that's French, that's Italian, that's Espanol, and this is in English here. So if I click on this one, right? So what's happening here is this is the one that I got, which is the autopilot. Okay. And it basically shows you what's going on. So right now, these are all my emails. Okay. These are all my emails. And you can see here, you can look at those. And when you look at them, these were provided by the company. I bought this. The only thing that I did is I added a picture over here. And I also put in a booking link. So if someone wants to book an appointment with me, they can do that through my calendar system. I kept this over here because I wanted to show that there's a company behind this. And I put the address and our own domain and our social media platforms. Okay. So every emails we send, I just modify the one that were there by default, which points them to the GVO details, which I point onto mine. That's the only thing I recommend for you to do. And the next question will be, do you have to do that for every emails? Yes, you have to do it one by one for all the emails over here. So I went through every single one of them, and this is what I did there. Okay. Anything else, Tammy?
Yeah, just so you know, on the autopilot, I know the Russian is not showing, but it's spinning for the Italian for the 24/7, but the French is there, and I believe the Spanish is there, and the Italian is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
get all three
Spanish
languages. You get the different languages for that 24.
Yeah. So when you buy your emails, it populates all languages. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's happened to be someone in a different language, then you can receive it automatically. That's is in French over here. OK. Bienvenue dans l'équipe. Je suis votre parrain. Construction sera ensemble. Hmm. Okay, in fact, so this one over here is for the autopilot. This one over here, remember we share with you the free trial. Again, these are all the different languages. I believe this is the English over here. And you see, watch training video. That's what Tammy was referencing is watch these videos. It will tell you how to edit these. Okay. Now, as Tammy stated over here, there are 7 emails. Okay. I haven't used this funnel very often, but this is it here. As you can see, I haven't really used that one much. I'm using others. So the fact here is you can see, again, this is the email that came with the package. I made it a little personal with Tammy and I. This is very close to where we live in Toronto. And we took a picture and we're kind of using that one. Again, that's to book an appointment with us. Okay. To a Zoom system with my calendar. And that's to log into the account to upgrade. Okay. So it's really, really awesome. Let me just open this so you can see how it looks like. It takes them to this account over here, and then it's encouraging them to go ahead, and after 7 days, as the period hasn't ended, that's because I tested at one point in time, and as a user, just to see what happens. Once the 7 days is done, then from there it sends you here, and every email you will receive. Let me just get rid of that. It will actually encourage you to upgrade. Again, same thing, same protocol here. I change all my signatures to represent Tammy and I. Okay. Anything else you want to add to this, Tammy?
No, that's perfect. I'm just reading the questions and.
Okay, cool. I'll just continue then. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is the funnel that belongs to the free trial. This is the 24/7 autopilot. You can see the name matches the name of your funnel, so it's easy to find. Okay. So I'm going to skip through all of those right now, and I'm going to go down to the pre-enrollee. Okay, so the pre-enrollee, what's happening here? These are the people that actually came in from previous from the funnels that I was telling you about earlier, with the first one on the left and the one that we do the ad campaigns, and the last one on the bottom right that we talked about. This all points. I haven't started using the one on the bottom right yet, but you can see here that again, these are the emails that I purchased. And I think I purchased 10 of them. That's what it is. And from there, I might have added a few just at the beginning. I think, again, this one is to personalize it. This is our property here in Daytona Beach, our balcony. And it's a picture we took in, I don't know, 2021, 22, whatever, I forgot. And from there, it's a little video. So when you click on that, it will actually play a video. And that's why I've used done with a little circle and a place just to welcome them and say hi and so forth. And it's a brief introduction to the product, to the opportunity. And again, over here, I suggest to sign up. So if I click here, if you recall, you remember what I was telling you? We use that link here. Okay. We don't just go to the generic one, but we use the one after you click get started. So people end up right there. So if they open the email, let me get rid of that. If they click on that link, it sends them right away to sign up. Click again, goes in, boom, sign up. Okay, so that's the first email that they receive. After that, again, same thing here, same protocol. I use that same thing, and from there, it goes like that for the next 10 days or so. Okay, so that's the pre-enrollee. This one here is reseller. I just want to touch on that. The reseller over here is very important because when someone decides to activate, to sign up, okay, I want them to receive the email. So the moment a person signs up, okay, it turns around and it says, oh, okay, the first email here is welcome. So I'm using the same picture that I used on the pre-enrollee first email to recognize, oh yeah, okay, that's the same people. It creates familiarity so people know they're dealing with the right people. Okay. And I invite them to check us out because Tammy and I have a mentoring program. So we teach people the industry and so forth. We've been doing this for decades. We've made millions of dollars in the industry. So we encourage people to understand that we have a lot to offer. And the thing is, you may have other things that you may want to put here. That I'm just showing you. So we're trying to be attractive to the new person that's coming in. Again, book a call to work with us, and then from there, these are links to join the Facebook GVO group and our Telegram group, and all of these things. Right, the tools that are available to build your business. So and Tammy and I, by the way, we've done many trainings. If you go back and look at email campaigns, go back like a year ago or so, and you'll find we talked to you about all of this. I mean, it's all there. Okay. And you're going to receive emails that, and very important is people love to see their first name, love to see their name. So I always put first name. Did you install the 2 apps? Okay. So it's not a pretty email, but the fact here is I point people to, this is to install on your computer correctly. Go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah, the steps on what you need to do now. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the second email to receive. And I believe I did that the day after, the next day. Okay. And by the way, when you said we've done trainings on this again, this is after the previous email. Okay. So from there, you go here and all the links are there to install the app on the different devices, on their phones and everything else. Okay. And we've done some trainings on this, folks. You can find these on past recordings. And you can see, again, getting the most out of your business. You are your own leader. Success through social networking. This is not an email that was purchased. This is something that I've created based on my experience and, excuse me, and dealing with new people. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Tammy, to that?
I'm just thinking of taking the time to show the email and do source codes, maybe create a document so people have that fast start of seeing what we're doing.
I don't think we have the time for that, but we've done this before.
Yeah, I can start a couple of them, Chris, and then they got an idea. It's not a big deal just to put a few things together on a Sunday. But we just want to bring value to you guys and see how we're working things out and getting people started right.
Now, just a question.
I know Bruce asked.
Yeah, go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah, Bruce asked a question about the emails. What if, once they go through the emails, what next, right?
Yeah.
You can add your own emails. You can add to the follow-up system, which is what Chris and I have done to continue, making sure that they're plugged in and let them know that there's training every Saturday, like all these things that we're doing to plug people in.
This is what Tammy's talking about.
Yeah.
The broadcasts. We're constantly in touch with them. And I'll show you in a minute. But
yeah, we send broadcasts I send 6 broadcasts a week, just so you know. Joel was saying, 3 to 4 personal sessions, but we have Wednesday night, we have Friday, ours, we have Saturday for the training. So I like to inspire people on Monday and let them know that if they're ready to get started, here's where you go. On Tuesdays is a reminder for Wednesday. Wednesday, we always send out 30 minutes prior to remind people we're on in 30. Thursday is leading up to Friday. And then Saturday, I give them the recording of the session that they missed on Friday, because some people are working.
Again, these are all personals that Tammy.
It's all personal stuff, all of my leads. I send it to everybody.
And Tammy, I'd like to answer here Joel's question. Why not have Joel add these series to the email? I think what's happening is everybody may do their business a little differently, because what's happening is the role of a company is not to support your team. That's where you get paid, to support your team. So the company's role is paychecks, tools, products. Okay. And over and above that, now you're getting into the space of where the associates need to do. But the fact here is they could be generic ones for sure. But again, this is quite personal here. So it's not necessarily something that I purchased, because everybody has a different flavor and a different style to lead. So that's why this is empty. you can use ChatGPT and just kind of use some quotes on someone just got started with me and got backup. ChatGPT will know what got backup is. It's really cool, actually. And but the more information you give it, the more specific it will be. And you may say, I'd like you to create a series of 10 emails to welcome them, inspire them, to attend my presentations on these days, or attend the presentations. Like Tammy was listed on the Wednesday, on the Friday, and some of you may do them on the Thursday. Some of you do them almost every day. Again, you may automate this, right? And then ChatGPT will create a whole series of them, and you just need to fill in the blanks, the links that they need to click on, and everything else. So that's something that you kind of need to create. And but could there be a generic one? Yeah, but I don't think it'll be that useful because once people are in, they're in because of you, and you have your own style to do things. But it's not a bad idea. I mean, I'll make some suggestion to see what Joel thinks, and maybe there could be a series that people can buy into because I think that when someone activate with GotBackup, you want to be on that right away. Okay, and that's why these emails are here. Another thing that's important is if you go, there's two more I just want to cover here quickly, is the cancel and suspended. Okay. So suspended, these are people that with credit cards that didn't go through. Okay. You can see here that I send 9. So out of all the people I've sponsored, nine of them I've received this. And this is what I do. Okay. Again, personalize. How can we help? And we understand that your security has been suspended. I wanted to personally check in. Is it possible your renewal might have been missed? I'd love to opportunity to reconnect. So you see what I mean? I'm making an attempt to connect with them because that as often, in fact, it has saved people. Some of them has reached me through this, book an appointment. We've resolved the problem and they stayed active. So, and that's automated. Okay, so the system does that for you. Again, it's included in your 997. That email campaign system is very powerful. So these are suspended members. These are cancel members. These are people that decide to cancel the account. Okay, and that happens, right? I don't have many canceled folks, I'm telling you. But what happens, so we're sent. And then from there, again, same thing. We'll miss you. And I want them to understand that I've noticed that they've canceled. So they don't get unnoticed. So this is I have just one email. I could do more if I want to, and maybe I suggest that maybe you do so. Any other thing, Tammy, you want to add? Because
I'm looking at the questions. So the generic page, Chris, that for people to send a broadcast or add a follow up. So you want to go give them that for the GotBackup. So go to send a broadcast.
Okay. Go. So if I go to broadcast.
No, send a broadcast. Just generic, just go to send a broadcast.
Okay. Send broadcast. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you can see in the middle part, well, on Chris is showing the bottom, you can, I can't maneuver it. So
okay.
Yeah. He wants the template is basically what he's asking for the GotBackup template. So it says choose your newsletter template.
Okay, I see. Okay. So the templates are over here.
Yeah. So show them. Okay. And then you can see on the left-hand side in the gray, you can see GotBackup at the bottom. Click on that. Okay, open the template, Chris. There you go. Okay, so that's your GotBackup template.
That's how we started. And what happened is I've changed my links over here to point to my own. I put my own address over here. Mm-hmm. And that's the content where you were typing your thing. And this is your title. Mm-hmm. Okay, so give you an example of that. Here's I mean, you can see that we send a lot. Okay, so from here, here's the training that we sent here yesterday. On the Friday night, you see 49 people opened it, 5 clicked. Often they're just going to go right to the YouTube channel. But what happens is I can click on that, resend. Okay. And you see here who's receiving them, right? The free trial, the cancel, the suspended, the pending, the co-op, the resellers, the pre-enrollee. That's our Saturday training. I'm inviting everybody, and the reason why I'm including the prospects, this one would be a prospect, and this one's prospect, and maybe this one's a prospect. Okay, so the
Put the
point is, I
autopilot
want
in
you to
there so they
understand that we
see.
have trainings that are there, so do you understand the process, the fact that we have a support system, and often that could be the deciding factor. And I've reopened an email that I created, and then I would basically change the subject. I would specify where and when I wanted to keep in mind that this is based on Central Time in Texas, and that's the bottom. This is the email itself, and then I would just modify the subject. You can see the template, the same thing. I added a picture over here, and these are some codes that you can use. This is the link, which is the affiliate link for people to click on. So if someone is in my downline is seeing this email, well, the good news is that the link of the person, it's going to end up into their organization, not mine. So that's why I use the affiliate link all the time in my emails. And this is the content of what we're talking about here today. It's all there. And then I put in here the link to join the channel. That's to get started. Again, to get started, to start the training, join us here. And again, same protocol that I use for everything that I have. Okay.
Yeah. And go up, Chris, just add a campaign just so they see how it's done. Do the 24/7 autopilot.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to get out of this?
Right there. You're right there, Chris. I can see your arrow.
Oh, add these campaigns here.
Just add one campaign so they can see how it's done. There you go. If he adds that, it brings it over to the campaign of who's going to receive the email.
So if anybody who went to my autopilot list, they're going to receive the email.
Mm-hmm.
If I click again, it goes away. Okay. I should add it really, but because I really haven't promoted that much, this one here yet, that's why I didn't, but I should add it in.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, which I will, because they may end up in there at one point. Okay. So anything else on this?
No, I think that's it. I mean, it's 11 o'clock. There's always so much, but I recommend to show up every single Saturday. And if you have something that's happening, we get it. I mean, life gets in the way, or sometimes people have to work on a Saturday, but catch the recordings. Always learn, you guys. That's the only way that you're gonna learn how to master this email marketing system and the stats and see what's happening so you can improve. These are the things that I'm doing right now because I'm good at sending it out, but I want the results. And then I'm improving on my subject lines, so I'm getting more open rates, I'm getting more clicks, and so it's just practice. And Chris and I, we pick maybe an hour maximum, Chris, to do our emails, and then it's automated for the whole week.
Yeah, I do all my emails either Monday morning or Sunday morning or Sunday during the day or whatever. And I booked for the week and I'm done. And then I just go on about living my life. So listen, folks, I know we're past 11. We have an appointment time at 11, so we should probably sign off. And thank you, Jim. And thank you, everybody here that really have provided some wonderful feedback and questions. I hope we've answered most of them. If not, I always check the comments for the next 24 hours. So put them there, and I'll try to adjust them. Okay, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And don't forget that this coming Wednesday, Joel is doing the presentation. Tammy and I are going to be traveling. So Joel is going to be doing the presentation on Wednesday. You don't want to miss that. I know he has something in store for all of you.
Promote it like crazy.
Okay, everybody, have yourself a great rest of your weekend, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.